Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we're given, that separates one person from another. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden, but never extinguished. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. It is so easy to break down and destroy. The heroes are those who make peace and build. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. Freedom cannot be achieved unless the women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. It is not our diversity which divides us, it is not our ethnicity or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy and those who do not. I like friends who have independent minds, because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. It is never my custom to use words lightly. If 27 years in prison have done anything to us, it was to use the silence of solitude to make us understand how precious words are and how real speech is in its impact on the way people live and die. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. Your tireless and heroic sacrifices have made it possible for me to be here today. I therefore place the remaining years of my life in your hands. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Thank you for watching the video.